This video was taken at the Richmond Rod and Gun Club annual Red Labor Day match on Labor Day 2021. It is to highlight all types of Soviet-era guns, with the exception of the M1 Garand, which was classified as a NATO gun. Here I am holding my M1 Garand right before the match. This basically is just showcasing, use of the M1 Garand. First time ever I've used it in the match. It was very awkward, very slow going. A lot of the issues I had with the rifle was improper loading of the end block clips. It's not anything with the rifle itself. Had a couple of misfeeds. I think was one magazine in particular. After a few rounds, it would one of the rounds would load to the side, and I would just kind of push it back into place and go on. But other than that, the rifle performed exceptional. I was really pleased with how it's performed. Not so pleased with my performance, as you could tell. I was very slow, very deliberate, very awkward, because this was actually my first ever type of like USPSA style of action range match. So, trial by fire. And, but, I was happy. I had fun. It was a great event. Everybody had fun. And got to shoot my M1 Garand, live, like live action. So it was great. So here you can see me flinch. This is where I had one of the misfeeds, and I'm just pushing the ammo back into place and just going on. So I believe it was that clip. I gotta troubleshoot all my clips, but I think that one specifically is causing the misfeeds.
Range is cold. It's gonna be tough. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
So this stage is kind of like a corridor. You advance down the center of the layout. Targets are engaging targets left and right of you, so you're kind of swinging back and forth. Really interesting. These barrels were obstructions, and some of them you had to lean around to get a good sight picture. Now, with the targets, you can engage the target once if you feel like you are a really good shot one shot in the A zone, or you can shoot the target twice. The first stage I did just shooting once, and I wasn't very accurate. Didn't get many points on that first stage, and learned my lesson. I was trying to conserve ammo. I was trying to, try to do as least amount of reloads as I could, and that plan quickly changed to just shooting the 8 rounds, getting the ping, and then reloading. So that's what I did for the rest of the match, and I fared much better. This is the last stage. It was quite interesting how it was laid out. It was laid out in 5 points, like the red star. and you had to shoot within each point. And as you can see, the points gets narrower at the end, and you actually have to keep both feet on the wood. So there are a couple where you are kind of teetering. You gotta stand on the end of the point and then lean over and shoot. I did okay on this point, but the other point I got a deduction, procedural deduction on, because I did not keep both feet on the point, which the RO thought, gave me an advantage over someone else who did keep their feet on each point. So that was fair. Something, a learning experience. Here's the cuts to the last couple of rounds where you're in the center, shooting back and forth between these barrels. Luckily, because of the way it was laid out, each position was 8 rounds, so it was perfect for me. Here we have a variety of guns that were used during the match. We have my Garand, M1 Garand, and an SKS. I apologize for the quality of this last video segment. It was borrowed footage from one of the other participants. And this scene was filmed after the last of the stages for this competition. The organizer set up a 2x4, and participants were given a chance to try and cut the plank in half with sustained fire.
1, 2, 3.
And as you can see through the cloud of dust there, that we accomplished that mission. So check out one of the shooters dressed up in a tracksuit with his AK variant, shooting from a Slavic squat. And he's finishing off his magazine and completing the trope of the event.
After along the show clear and after chamber flag, whoever won the baited charge can bait the charge.
And I apologize, I didn't get a clip of the bayonet charge, but it was fun. And that completes the Red Labor Day match.